Alright, so here's my PTU out of my Ford 2008 Taurus X. And you'll find these or something really similar in any all-wheel drive model of the Taurus, the Taurus X, the Edge, the Flex, and I think the Escape is the same way, and the Flex. Maybe even the Fusion, but any Ford, yeah, from 2000 and something all the way to present, if it's all-wheel drive and the engine is a front-wheel drive position, then your car will have something like this. Well, it turns out people have to get these replaced fairly often. Normally it's one of three seals like these that fail. This is the seal that goes from the PTU to the, I think, passenger side drive shaft, and then the other end goes through this hole to the transmission, where the transmission mounts right here, and then this guy goes to the back half of the car, to the rear differential. So like I said, power will come into here from the transmission. It will go through this gear into this idle cog, and then it will go into this diff gear assembly with a matching diff gear or pinion, whatever you want to call it, right there, which goes out to your back axle. So the inside of the housing looks like this. So that's where your idler goes, and then that's where your 90-degree conversion gear goes. And they all float in there, and I can't remember if these guys wear out or if they're replaceable. The races for all these bearings, I have no idea, but when I put them in there, they seem tight enough. But the shop I took it to said, no, they're too loose. Something's wrong. We're just going to replace it. So $2,000 later, I had this thing replaced. I knew I should have done it myself, but I didn't have the time at the time. So I asked them to send it back with me when I picked my car up, and so I got it here. And like I said, after I got all of them screws off, I took the fill plug out, and there's a tiny bit of metal around there, but I think that's not too bad for being a 180,000 mile car. Because when I put all this together, there doesn't seem to be any lashing between the gears or the teeth, or even the bearings. But we'll throw it together and we'll see how that goes in a little bit. But anyways, when you're taking it apart, each half has these three little tabs, depending on the model of yours, but they all should have tabs of some sort on both halves. So then what you can do is take a pry bar, take two if you have to. I had to orient them in this kind of position, so when I squeeze together they pull apart between these two tabs. Yeah, you have to do that to all three sides, and then this whole thing will pop apart. Yeah, but yeah, so I pulled it apart just fine, and then I noticed that there was some form gasket all over the mating surface and this wall that go between the two halves, and I'm pretty sure this unit must have been apart at some point, because Ford doesn't use just form gasket. There is another type of gasket material that you can barely see down there up against that wall. You can see where it goes from aluminum here to a weird yellow rubber. So that's the factory gasket, and someone put form gasket around it. So someone took this plate off. And they might have changed that seal when they did it, because, like I said, these are pretty common to leak. It's a terrible tendency of those to leak over time just because that's just what they do. It's, you know, I don't think there's any good way of getting around that. Yeah, but anyway, someone pulled this apart, got in there. I don't know if they changed the fluid or not, though. They should have. I don't think you can take this apart without having to change the fluid, because when I pulled it apart, half of the fluid disappeared. And the other half was caked onto these walls. It was caked on so bad. So bad that I couldn't even get it all. You can see a whole lot of leftovers are left behind. Yeah, that crap ain't coming off. But I'll play around with some carb clean, maybe brake clean, and we'll try to breaking that stuff loose, because I don't want too much sitting it down in there. Because I will refill this, and then I'll put it on my car if my other PTU ever fails. Yeah, because I've already thrown two grand at this one. It's supposed to have, or not this one, at replacing this one, I threw two grand at the replacement of this one. And the part has like a 2-3 year warranty, and then the service they did has like a 1 year warranty, something like that, for their work and labor. But everything fails at some point, and I plan on keeping this car for many years, so I'll keep this critter around, because I think I can rebuild it if things aren't too loose. If it even needs rebuilding, I think I can just slap the two halves together, fill it up with fluid, replace all 3 gaskets and seals since I'm here. I might as well, otherwise it'll just leak over time. And then it'll be good to go if I ever need it, when I ever need it, if someone else needs it. Because these critters aren't cheap. Brand new ones are like $700 and some dollars. Yeah, they're not very affordable, so that's why I want to try rebuilding mine if needed. So yeah, we'll get to that, and hopefully what little lashing I have in here goes away when I put it all together, and when I put it all together I hope I don't find more lash, because right now it's only lashing if when these gears are loose, because they're all rocking side to side because they're loose. I think if I put all 3 of them back in their orientation, they won't be rattling around too much. So I'll let you go. Enjoy your day.